Hello, good afternoon and welcome to my humble model railway, Bedstead Junction. This afternoon we'll be looking at some rolling stock that I bought. Got this from Amazon quite fairly recently. And we've got a BR MK1 second class coach, M24439. And the number is R4351. Okay, R4351. Well, I bought a pair of those. Okay. You can see, come to the normal Hornby Railroad packaging we've all come to know and love, double O gauge. And I also bought a brake coach, R4352, BR MK1 brake second class coach, M34655. I bought just one of these, so it's a rake of 3 coaches basically. Okay, and again, standard railway box there. Now we'll have a look at one of the second class coaches. Just check it out, say guard on the side, although I've got the wrong coach. Okay, no problem, there it is. Right, so you can see the running number there. I think the frosted window is possibly where the loo is, I don't know, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Detail down this side, you can see there. The roof detail there, all moulded on. Again, the detail there, I don't know if you can see it, that's all moulded. A typical railroad coach really. You know, a lot of the things appear to be part of the moulding on here. Don't think there's much in the way of separately fitted parts. But really, I mean, it's a fine looking coach and it'll look great on the layout. We'll take a look at her on the Lazy Susan now. Okay, this is a second class coach. The door handle has been painted on. And we'll just quickly move down along the length of the coach there, you can see. Now, one thing I will mention before we go too far, these coaches are quite long, okay? So if you've got a limited layout like I have, okay, you'll find that unless you'll need to have a siding of adequate length to take 3 of these coaches. Okay, I'm just going to turn around on the Lazy Susan now. We'll just see what the other side. You see the other side is the same, so I'm guessing that's probably where that end part is, where, I don't know, it must be frosted windows, surely where the loo is. Window detail's quite nice. All nicely picked out. But really, you're going to be getting a railroad coach, okay? But the price of these are £20.54. So bear that in mind, that you're getting okay, you're getting sort of a basic detail on here, but it's still quite an attractive looking coach in my opinion. And well worth the money, £20.54, brand new from Amazon, okay? And so I've given you the R number just in case you're interested in getting a rake of these for yourselves, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to put this one onto the track now, along with the other second class coach. I don't know if there's anything else we can mention about it. I mean, obviously we saw the underside detail there. It's all moulded on. I mean, everything's plastic, including the wheels. I mean, get that to focus now. Well, it's pretty dark, isn't it? Black, so not much for the camera to focus on. It's got NEM couplings on it. Standard sort of NEM couplings, which is a bit more up to date for some of you. So those couplings are quite easily swapped out. Some of you prefer the larger D-type couplings, and I can understand that for some of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to see how this coach actually rolls. I mean, that's the rather important. So I'll just put her on the track. Not bad, very nice rolling coach that. Very nice rolling. Look. Very free running. Okay, so let's have a look. So we'll just make sure we got that one there. And then that one over there is in fact the brake coach. So I'll be showing the brake coach next. Obviously I won't show you this other coach because they're identical to each other anyway, so now. The brake coach is very, very similar. Hornby, made in China. Nice interior detail there. It's got guard written there, which signifies that is the going to be a brake coach. See the number there on there. M34655, and it says on here very low 2.5 tons distributed. It says that just underneath there in yellow. I don't know if you can pick that out. We might not be able to focus on that enough. There we go. Again, you know, Hornby Railroad, plastic buffers, all part of the moulding, it would seem. NEM type couplings, a bit more modern. Plastic bogies on there. But again, for the money, not bad I don't think. I mean the brake coach was slightly more expensive, that was £22.80. So basically, for what, about £64, I've got a rake of 3 coaches. And so, I mean, I know they're lovely coaches, but some people are charging as much as £60 for one coach now. And that is getting a little bit sort of a bit rich for my blood, to be honest with you. And depending on my how I feel, confident I feel about my finances, I suppose, the same with all of us really. And I think this is what's important about railways, is having these railroad versions of things available to us. In fact, what we'll do, we'll put the brake coach on the lazy Susan just for a couple of seconds before we put her on. You can see her in the distance there, look. We'll just zoom back in. There's the running number. Guards compartment. Nice coach. Got some interior detail in there and everything. So again, not a bad little coach, I'd say. The end detail there, we got a coach in the way there, but it's always all moulded on. Everything's moulded. The detail in the roof's moulded. Got a grey roof there, so the roof's a different colour. Not bad really. Okay, so really not much to see really, to be honest with you. I mean, nice lining down the side. Yeah, quite pleased. Well, let's just see what this one's like for rolling as well then. So we're looking at our brake coach now. Then what we want to find out is how it runs behind the locomotive. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take away the Lazy Susan now, and we're going to put this last coach onto the tracks. So we're going to take Lazy Susan away. There we go. And we just pop this one onto the tracks for us. And as I often say, is it worth getting a raiding ramp? Yes. Okay, so we'll just reverse the train back now. Sorry for my hands getting in the way. Right. Now our complete train is all from the Hornby Railroad range. Now I probably paid the same. I'm going to go a little bit higher up, so we've got a bit more of an overview of the layout as we go. The tripod's probably giving a bit of a wobbly there. Okay, let's have a look. I think that's about the right height there. Get a nice view. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to give this one a few runs around the track, and we'll have a look at what the actual performance of the coaches are like. Now, the locomotive you can see pulling the train today is EC Trench. It's a Patriot class, and that, like I say, it's Hornby Railroad as well. Now, I paid about £70 for this one second hand, and I think it'd probably be the same as what it would have been when it was new, but prices have been going up all over the place, haven't they? And so what, 70 odd pounds and 60, 130, 140 pounds approximately for a complete train. And in today's with today's prices being what they are, I think this represents outstanding value. Okay, you see it's running around the track rather well there. Not bad. Quite a smooth runner. And like I say, probably one of the things you need to bear in mind is the length of the coaches. Okay, I couldn't get them to fit in this siding here where the compound is with the LMS coaches. These are the Dapple LMS coaches in the other side, in the siding there, are shorter. Okay, these are quite longer, and when you add all three together, then it makes up a significantly longer train. Okay, so the track I've got there has got a curve in it, the other siding, and so that's made it slightly longer, and I can only just about fit that train into my siding. Now it's probably going to be a time eventually when I'm going to need some extra length on this layout, and how I'm going to achieve that I just do not know. Okay, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to extend it. It's a modular layout, so if I get more space, or maybe it's to add another baseboard to it, and so I've got an 8 foot by 4 foot layout instead of a 6 by 4 layout. And again, you've done. I've got a video where I did a review of EC Trench. Okay, Ernest Crosby Trench. He was the. If anybody wonders who he is or was. He worked for the LMS in the. I think he retired in 1930, but he was a civil engineer, and I think he also did distinguished service with the Railway Corps. I think he was given a medal for that. Okay, so yeah, so quite distinguished fellow. And I think a lot of people probably don't give enough credit to the civil engineers of railways. Probably a focus is given to the locomotive engineers, and of course without the civil engineer you'll probably get no bridges or tracks or anything. Okay, so yeah, very, very nice. You see it going around there in my train. Now I'm going to be talking in a moment about care and attention of trains and how I've solved various difficulties I've had with trains. Okay, and some of you may agree with what I've done, some of you may disagree, and you can put that politely in the comments if you disagree. Now what I've done is I put a little drop of oil on all the couplings, okay, just to let them slide. As a result of this, I've got a nice smoothly running train. Sometimes you find, I don't know why, sometimes the couplings can catch. Okay, and if that happens, you'll get. I've had derailments because of that. You can see now, my Patriot class is doing a very fine job of putting my 3 BR MK1 coaches. Now it goes very well with the train because obviously being BR MK1, they would have been issued before nationalisation. I think they came in the 1950s, so it goes very, very well with delivery of the locomotive I've got here, which is the BR Green Lake Crest. So what a lovely train I've got now, beautiful. Really enjoying running this. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to run this train in. I'm going to just see what it's like over the points, and I'll show you what I mean about the length of the train. Okay, for me, I've just about got away with it, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'd fit these 3 coaches and a king onto this siding. I think I'd have to probably find some way of extending the siding further out. Yes, I've got an idea. I'm going to achieve that, but it's going to probably mean quite a strange platform arrangement. Okay, but we'll go into that later. I think I've figured out what to do. Sorry, just to jolt to the tripod there. It's all live. Oh, there we go. So let's bring her in now, and we'll just see how we go into our siding, into the station. Right, looks like we'll got a fair chance of getting in. And as you can see, EC trenches, this Hornby Railroad Patriot, very, very good over points. I mean, it's very, very important to have a train that goes well over points. Obviously, because you won't get a derailment. And also, the train's not cutting out on the points either. Okay, but the problem I've got now, and I can only just about get away with it. There, I can do it now. There's enough gap. When you look at the back of there, you can see that the two ends of the trains have got quite close together. Okay, and as a result of that, there's not much gap now for the compound locomotive and this train of dapple coaches to actually get out of the platform. But we should give it a go. And if we get a train disaster, well, it'll all be live for you. So let's give it a try. Let's just see how we go now. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the care of coaches as well, because I don't think it does any harm just to put a little bit of oil or a little bit of grease on the actual couplings where the hooks go on. And also to pay attention to the wheels of a coach. And I'll explain to you what went wrong with these particular coaches here. I bought this range of coaches and I couldn't figure out why they weren't very free running, okay? And it was almost like the coaches had the brakes on. Just get going now. You can see we're running okay now. And this is something which I certainly didn't spot initially, and certainly the previous owner did not spot initially. And I'll just show you what I'm talking about. One of the wheels on the carriage, I don't think, was like this. There was a bit of plastic sticking out from the side, and what they was doing, it was so bad, it was actually catching on the bogie. And yes, I did have the brakes on, at least on one of the wheels. What I've been doing since I bought these second-hand, these dapple coaches, I was actually dragging one of these coaches along with one wheel actually stationary. It wasn't spinning. I wondered why. I mean, as I span the wheel, it was making a really loud clicking noise, and of course that's what was fouling the. I think it must have been fouling either the underside of the bogie or something like that. And I cut that little piece off there with a knife. Just snipped off carefully with a knife. And now I've got a nice set of free running coaches, okay? And I don't think that we pay enough attention to our coaches sometimes. And I can plead guilty on that one, quite wholeheartedly. Now this is another Hornby Railroad locomotive, but these are 3 dapple coaches which I bought second hand off the eBay. I think this rake of coaches came in quite cheap. I can't remember what I paid for them now. I'll see if I can find out, and then it may give us some perspective as to what the how much value these railroad coaches are that we bought brand new from Amazon. Okay, so we'll just have a look into it now. Right, okay, I couldn't go wrong with this rake of coaches actually. They were a rake of, this was a rake of Dapple 00 job lot of 357 for LMS maroon coaches. And I think they were advertising being in the wrong boxes, but that didn't bother me too much. And I think there's a slight mismatch colour-wise on one of the coaches. But I picked those up for £28.99 including postage. So yes, that does represent rather good value, doesn't it? You know, paid about £9 for a coach there, so that represents great value. Of course, the brand new Hornby Railroad ones, they were just over £20. So I think I got good value either way there. But I think, you know, looking at prices now, I mean, if you bought a locomotive, say, like the new Hush Hush, you'll be talking about £200 odd, £220 perhaps maybe, probably about 200 off the retailers. Plus, I've seen some coaches now brand new, lovely detail, feature, they light up and all that, and they might be as much as £60 a coach. Well, that's a huge expense just for one train, isn't it? I'm just trying to think, I mean, you're looking at a train to put on your layout, it's going to cost you nigh on 400 quid. And for a lot of people, there's a lot of people out here now where, I mean, I'm fortunate in that if I wanted to, I probably could afford to do it, if I didn't bother maintaining the house and stuff, and I probably gave up going out. But I just couldn't do that. I mean, this, I think I paid about £70 for this locomotive, if I remember rightly. So 70, and what was it, about £30? Just over £100 for a complete train. Not bad, is it? For a complete train. And I think this Hornby Railroad range, I mean, it does make it affordable. The only thing is, with certain models, where people have been doing things like bargain alerts and you know, and people have got, say, 1,000 subscribers, as soon as they go bargain alert, they're all sold out in 5 minutes, you know, and trying to find some of these locomotives on eBay, sometimes you're looking for, it's always when you're looking for a particular one, there'll probably be a dozen on there one week and none the next, you know, and these Hornby Railroad locomotives, I think, represent incredibly good value for money, and the coaches. And these Dapple coaches I bought second hand. This compound, I think again, if you're buying second hand, I mean, for as far as the state of the hobby goes, I had to put new traction tyres on this particular one, but it was advertised in excellent condition, which it was, okay. But apart from the traction tyres, but I think the seller probably didn't know that. I'm not sure they were specialists in selling modern railway stuff. But the traction tyres were cheap, they were Marklin ones, and you see in my review of this where I got the traction tyres from. I got this from Peter's Spares, okay. Well, I think we've got a nice train running around here. If I was just going to find out how much I paid for these various locomotives. Oh, the Patriot class was about £73 plus a fiver, 78. Okay. And the compound was 68, including postage. £65 plus £3 postage. And I bought a set of traction tyres, but that was 10 traction tyres. You have for 5 locomotives, which I picked up for less than £10. So it still represents an excellent value for money for railroad. And I hope that by showing you what I've shown you today, that for some of you who are just starting out and looking at hobby, and you're looking at the price of some of these locomotives at the moment, maybe this has given you hope that you can actually pick something up at a reasonable price to actually run on your railway. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll be wrapping things up quite shortly now. Now, also, I will give you another, whether I should be doing this or not. So every time you say bargain alert, you find these sell out quickly. I picked up, I'm waiting for this to arrive in the post, is Hornby Railroad R3276 440 LMS compound with the Fowler tender, and it's in black. So it's the same with this one, in black with a different tender, okay? It's got the same sort of tender as what's on the Patriot class there. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Okay, they come with a similar tender to that, but they're on eBay for $69.99, brand new. Okay, brand new, including postage. And that the actual seller is AC Models 2. AC Models 2. I think they're based in Hampshire. AC Models. But that's well worth looking out for. There's 8 available at the moment, okay, and the last time I looked there were 13 watchers. So $69.99 for a Hornby Railroad locomotive. Okay, that's probably what you would have paid at the beginning of the lockdown, but since the lockdowns kicked in, I've seen, what did I saw? So Helmingham Hall, I think it was, which I think is Hornby Railroad, that's a whole class. Originally selling about 65, about 60 odd pound, I think, before the lockdown. Somebody was asking 120 for that, second hand. Okay, so I think really, I mean, I don't know whether or not now that the lockdown's coming to an end, whether or not, you know, things are going to change. But at the moment, I think we need to pick up these bargains what we can. But that's something that's worth looking at. Okay, Hornby Railroad. Pardon me, R3276 440 LMS compound with Fowler tender 1072 DCC Reading new. Now what I'll be doing as soon as this arrives, as soon as I get a chance, I will be doing a review of this. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just for one more time now, we're going to run this, see if we've got time on the on my camera. I think we probably won't actually. I was going to run the other train out, but I don't think we're getting enough time on my camera. There's a half-an-hour recording limit on this particular one, and if I go over half an hour, okay, it means that I've got to then put it through editing software, and it's going to take hours for me to actually render it, whereas I can put this shit onto YouTube. Now, for all of you who have actually liked my videos in the past, you've just only got to click on that thumbs up video if you like it, okay? And any nice comments are welcome, or at least civilised comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It don't cost you any money to subscribe. You're not paying a subscription fee to do this. I am very close on 100 subscribers. I'm on 98 at the moment, and it seems to be going up and down. I think some people are coming in, some people are coming out of my channel. Okay. And if I get over 100 subscribers, that will be a real cause of celebration. And also, you can, if you press the bell symbol, that will give you alerts as to when my videos are coming out. Now, I should bid you farewell, and thank you very, very much, and thank you for your interest. And I bid you farewell, and bye-bye.